wah, wah, wah.
Gossip bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Hey guys, and we are here for some game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live, as we should be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, maybe sending out some messages, as we'll shoot you out some luck as you get on after this lovely bingo playing day.
Absolutely. We would love for you guys to check us out wherever it is convenient for you. So let us know which streaming platform you're watching us on, or if you're live watching on a great Pilot TV. We have just about 5 seconds to get enrolled into this game of Game Day Bingo, where we're hopefully going to be giving out one of these great jackpot prizes. Now, we definitely want to highlight some of the great jackpot winners from just yesterday, as we were able to give out 2 different jackpots on that lovely Monday, and we ended up giving out about 19 different jackpots over the last 7 days, making our total for season 15 307 so far.
Definitely some awesome stuff there. We love being able to highlight those jackpot winners. And starting off with our Monday winner, we had Renee J. over at Neeson's Gaylord, taking home a nice prize of $4,318. I was actually able to give that out during last happy hour, which was an absolutely great time, as we see that major prize has already hit $4,000 once again. Should be a lot of fun in this happy hour as well.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are going after these prizes so you can get on our jackpot list. We have one final jackpot winner from just yesterday, as Steph was playing over at the Main Street Bar Hopkins when they got to take home $2,334. Congratulations.
Yeah, great job to you, Steph, as well as Renee J. Both of them taking home those great prizes, which we always love trying to give out. Definitely some fantastic stuff there that we are super excited about, as we are now getting after it here in this awesome game as we continue to compete through these matchups of Game Day Bingo. We got already 44 balls dropped in this matchup, as we got Hockey Dad 4 balls away. Well, good job to you, Hockey Dad, living in the hockey state. Definitely raising your kid in the right environment to be a star hockey player. Well, now we got Chipro9 leading the charge. But if you guys aren't in this game, don't worry. You can check out our newest D-Tab game, Buffalo Stars. It's got 4 different bonus rounds, which are a blast to play, as you can shoot on over to the Meteor Shower bonus, where cascading meteors rain down to reveal spectacular prizes. Maybe test your luck in the Pick Stars feature, where each twinkling star holds the promise of fortune. Maybe spin that wheel on the wheel bonus, as that can decide your fate, as every spin brings you closer to cosmic wealth. Or check out those free play constellations. No matter what, you should be having a lot of fun.
Absolutely, but I know a lot of you guys are out there having fun, just like Rads over at VFW. Zembroda, as well as me and you over at Maverick Steakhouse. Congratulations, both of you guys, splitting up what looks to be a great Musco prize, $186. Congratulations, getting to split up that awesome Musco.
Yeah, now getting enrolled into this game number 2 of Game Day Bingo, with our prizes continuing to grow and roll into this upcoming game. As we get enrolled into this upcoming game, we do have to get back to the enrollment screen real quick.
Absolutely. Well, as you guys are getting enrolled, make sure you stick around, and we're going to be trying to give out some of these great jackpot prizes in this next game.
Absolutely. 54 balls or less for that minor prize, as we just got a minute and 50 seconds to get into this. But as you guys are getting into this, or if you just like playing Pilot games, I'd like to remind you to give our Facebook page a like and follow, as you can find our Facebook page by just searching up Pilot Games and clicking on our logo. Once you click on our logo, logo, you'll be able to see a bunch of great information like weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and more. You can also check out that website link at the top of our Facebook page. As you click on that, as that connects you to our link tree, which connects you to links that can get you to our bar location tab, which opens up a map with pinned locations where you can play Pilot games, our social media links to Twitter as well as Instagram, really the hub of all things Pilot games right there available in that awesome Facebook page.
Absolutely. Who doesn't want to stay up to date with Pilot games? It's a lot of fun and a great place to go and stay up to date. Now, if you guys want to know what to expect on your daily bingo playing schedule, we're going to run through the entirety of that for you guys right now. You get your day started off each and every day from 12 to 1 with some great game day bingo. You guys get to continue going after that minor, major, and mega jackpot starting fresh and early tomorrow. Then at 1 p.m., you guys jump into a little bit of Lucky 4 Bingo. That's your first opportunity of the day to try and take home the massive jackpot that awaits you, over $218,000. Definitely the largest one in live Pilot Games history, and we're just itching to give it out.
Absolutely. You'll then continue to play more game day bingo from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. That's what you guys were playing pretty much all before we came live for this awesome, great bingo here. But before that, you did play one other game, and that was a game of Lucky 4 Bingo at 4 p.m., where you guys were working on that ginormous $218,000 prize. We did not see that prize go out during that 4 p.m. opportunity, but don't worry, you guys will get one more opportunity today at that Lucky 4 Bingo, and that actually comes at the end of this happy hour.
Absolutely. You guys definitely want to be sticking around for that 6 p.m. time for a little bit of Lucky 4 Bingo action. It's definitely going to be a great one today. Then after that, you guys will get to jump into some more Game Day Bingo, as it usually is ran from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. But if you guys didn't realize, it's a Tuesday. That means it's MegaSota Game Night. You guys will get to continue playing that Game Day Bingo from 6 to about 6:40, and then from about 8:30 all the way till 10. You guys will get to go after some great jackpot prizes in MegaSota Game Night, getting kickstarted tonight off at 6:40 p.m. That's right, Tony and Nikki are going to be coming at you live, trying to give out some great jackpots and PGL points. We have some great games, and you'll definitely want to be coming out for it. The first one of the night, kicking off at 6:40, is going to be a top dog game, a little high-low action. That means the biggest loser in that round is getting to take home a first place prize as well. It's definitely going to be a great one.
It absolutely is. Following up that game, you'll have some fishing derby with a largemouth and smallmouth jackpot, 2 games of Game Day Bingo, a matchup of open season, some Winter Wonderland, and then ending off at 8:05, you'll get into a game of Jackpot Jungle with a grand finale prize of $44,370. You could take home in 54 balls or less. It's definitely a great time playing that fantastic game, so do not miss out on that great opportunity in MegaSota Game Night action. But you can also come out for our other PGL special night. This is the one that me and Jordy really love coming out for, and that is our Wild Wednesdays. Those go from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. We're trying to give out some great PGL points throughout that night, as well as some great cash prizes, as we usually have a few jackpot prizes go out throughout that time. So hopefully you guys are out there for either of our specialty nights, MegaSota Game Night 6:40 every Tuesday, or Wild Wednesdays 7 p.m. every single Wednesday.
We do have our winners here as Otter over at the Ottertail Supper Club, as well as Brother Nate over at Plum's Neighborhood Eatery, are both getting to split up $37 in this great Musco prize that's going out here in a game number 2. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in this next round. It's going to be a game number 3 where that minor jackpot is sitting at 56 balls or less. Definitely getting a little bit more doable as those cash prizes just continue to grow. So make sure you guys are grabbing your friends, grabbing those iPads, and getting enrolled.
Absolutely. Hopefully we see you guys in this upcoming game. But as you guys are getting enrolled into this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo, me and Jordy would like to hop into some national days. And before we get into these national days, we need to hop into the enrolling screen. As hopefully we are here getting enrolled, as nope, it's not going to let us. Once again, it's going to be difficult for us, as we are going to make sure we get into this screen.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting ready. You do not want to miss out on any of the great cash prizes we have on the line.
Ba 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 ba.
Hello, guys, and we are back getting enrolled into this game with a few in and outs, but we are officially back here trying to give out some great prizes as we got just 1 minute to get enrolled into this upcoming matchup with $173 available on that minor prize at 56 balls or less. Not to forget about the major prize of $4,244 at 52 balls or less, and the mega jackpot of $42,000 you could take home in 49 balls or less. As you guys get enrolled and start playing this game, we would like to highlight some national days.
That's right, and getting this day started off, we have National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. And each year, National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day on April 30th raises awareness for thousands of pets that are waiting for and needing an adoption from shelters.
Very, very important one on today, as those shelter pets can bring so much love and enjoyment into your home. As me and Jordy experienced that firsthand, as about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we were able to go out there and get our own cat, as it was our first animal that we had gotten together, and we went to the shelter, ended up picking up our cat, which we named Angus, and he has been a great addition, as he is just a really, really funny cat, as well as he's super loving, and he's just great, and I'm glad that we were able to find him at one of those shelters where he just needed a home.
Absolutely. It was a great save that we were able to find. I just recently saw a video where this cat who was 14 and surrendered, and she was actually on the final list of last call to adopt, and she was also marked as aggressive after she had lost her litter when she was surrendered. And the mother who came in with her baby to adopt, she ended up taking home this 14-year-old cat, and the cat had like a drastic turnaround, became super attached to the baby, and was almost like got to have her rainbow baby after losing her litter, and it made her so much happier, loving again, and she finally felt safe in the home. And it was just a true amazing story about just the amazing effects that adopting can have on animals.
Absolutely. That's definitely a great one to highlight, as that's just a really, really cool story that you get to hear about. And you hear about those stories pretty common when you talk about these adopted animals, because when they're stuck in those cages, they're stuck in everything.
Scared.
Yeah, they're either scared, they're hard to create a bond with at that time. And once they get to that home, they're just ready to just let it all out and become those loving animals, becoming those house pets that wiggle their way into your guys' hearts, which is definitely an awesome one on today. As those adopting a shelter pet is definitely a cool one. You don't always have to go to those breeders to find those pets that are going to make such a big impact in your household. And so maybe take a look at a shelter instead of going and getting that animal that you
Another way.
Yeah, the other way, which is, there's lots of other ways, but shelter pets definitely have a special place in you can be a special place in that shelter pet's life.
Absolutely, as we have Gary over at Shaggy's Bonfire getting to take away $36. Congratulations to Gary in this third round of Game Day Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled. We're getting enrolled in our fourth game now.
Should be a lot of fun. Now 58 balls or less for that minor prize as it closes in on $200. We'll see what it's at by the time we get enrolled into this next game. But as you guys are getting enrolled over the next 2 minutes, we'd like to highlight our next national day, National Bubble Tea Day. Well, actually, we'll be back in just 1 second. All right, we're back and better than ever trying to give out some great prizes. 58 balls or less for $213 on that minor prize that just continues to grow. As you guys are getting enrolled, though, we were highlighting National Bubble Tea Day.
Absolutely. And get out your boba straws and grab your friends because April 30th is National Bubble Tea Day. Celebrate by indulging in the best that bubble tea has to offer. You can go from a creamy milk tea to the refreshing green tea to even some fruity slushies, all customizable with different toppings, sugar level, and ice.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite flavor of bubble tea? Because I'm not a huge fan of bubble tea. I find the little sugar
Boba. Boba?
Bubble tea?
Yeah, boba is the bursting beads in the bottom of it.
These bubble tea is basically the same thing.
I was asking if you were talking about boba, what you were starting to say.
Oh, no, I'm talking about bubble tea as well. With bubble tea, the tapioca circles.
That's boba.
That's also bubble.
It's called bubble tea, but the pearls themselves are called boba.
Oh, so you just want me to specify the boba pearls? Okay. Yeah. Those little pearls, the tapioca pearls, I do not enjoy them. I think they're too sugary, and I just don't need that in my tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely like a good bubble tea. I can't say that it's something that I will gravitate towards every time I'm out, as I'm very much more just like a juice kind of person, or a smoothie is what I lean towards. But I definitely love a good boba. I would say that my favorite flavors to lean towards are probably more fruity than the creamy milk teas. I can't say that I've really tried a lot of the milk teas, whether it be taro or otherwise, so I can't say necessarily my opinion on them, but I do love getting a green tea base, and then I'll typically have either mango or strawberry as my flavor for the boba pearls, and delicious.
Definitely some really, really cool stuff. Do you know bubble tea originated in Taiwan, though?
Very cool.
Yeah.
The name bubble tea does not refer to the tapioca pearls, as on contrary, the bubble is named after the bubbles that form at the top of the drink after the mixer shakes it up after being sealed. The drink is actually named this way before the tapioca pearls were even added, as mixers prepared the drink with ice, milk, tea, and sugar, shook it all together, creating a foam on top, and that's the method still used today, only now pearls are added.
Very cool. Bubble tea has many different names, from milk tea, pearl tea, tapioca tea, boba,
Nai chai.
Nai chai, foam milk tea, moi milk tea, as well as many other different names. It's definitely an interesting one to highlight on today.
Absolutely. I can't say that I've necessarily had the tapioca pearls. I've only had fruity boba. But tapioca pearls themselves can either be white in color or even a dark brown, depending on what they're made with.
Yeah. The pearls are made with cassave root. The whiter pearls are purely the root, while the darker pearls are combined with brown sugar to give them a distinctive appearance. And adults can like it too, as the drink in the beginning, of course, became popular through school children due to the sugary contents of the drink, as well as the entertainment of eating while drinking. However, it quickly gained traction among adults as well. In fact, in 2008, Bar Q, a now closed New York bar, even served vodka-spiked bubble tea.
Well, all right, we got Melinda and Lumpy Tea both splitting up $45 in this great round. Melinda over at Carboni's and Lumpy Tea over at Eagles Rochester. Congratulations to both of those lucky players in this game number 4. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled. We're getting into our 5th game here live. You'll definitely want to get enrolled. That minor jackpot will be at 60 balls or less moving forward, and hopefully we can get it over $250.
Absolutely. Definitely some great stuff there. I mean, we just saw that prize go out at 60 balls. We'll see if we can do it once again. But we'll need to get enrolled into this game real quick, so we'll be back in a second.
Wah, wah, wah.
And we're back trying to get enrolled into this game. 60 balls or less for $296. Only growing as you guys continue to get enrolled over the next minute and 30 seconds. But as you guys are getting enrolled into this game, we like to give out one final shout out to National Bubble Tea. And I don't know if I would like the adult version of a bubble tea, as that just feels like you're asking for a hangover with all that sugar. Mix it with some alcohol. That's going to be...
Well, you know better than anyone else in my life that I cannot have sugar mixed with
Yeah.
alcohol. I have to go the sugar-free route and have a little skinny girl mocktail. But I definitely can see how this could be a fan favorite,
Oh, it definitely
especially
tastes
if you
good.
like boba. It would be delicious, especially like as the drunker you just get to keep popping little sugary pearls. Amazing. So if that's up your alley, definitely try and get it today. It's a fun one on National Bubble Tea Day.
Definitely a cool one on today. Just 50 seconds to get enrolled into this game as we move on to National Preparathon Day. National Preparathon Day on April 30th reminds us that crisis happens suddenly. Being prepared needs to happen now, not later. It's definitely an important one on today, as you can then sit down your family, create a plan on different to prepare for different situations, as you never know what's going to be happening. It offers tools, and today offers tools and resources for communities and citizens that help them prepare their businesses, families, and schools in the event of disaster, small or large. It takes members of the community getting involved to help crisis from turning into a tragedy. While our emergency resource supplies one arm of the response team, many others step forward. Some help with a supply chain, while others coordinate medical personnel. Communication is also vital to a successful plan. When everyone has a blueprint, our plans run more smoothly. Whether this is a blueprint in the house of what to do when a tornado strikes or an earthquake happens, or it's a blueprint on how to help your community throughout that different situation, is definitely an important one on today.
Absolutely. I grew up in a household that was very, very keen on preparation. We always had a emergency plan to get out of the house. We had a box of goodies in case of emergency. My family and my grandparents all have some form of stockhold of cans and canned food. They love being prepared.
Absolutely. And
Don't do great in panic situations, but try to be prepared for them.
That's probably good to be prepared in a situation that you're not good at handling, because
They're frustrating in a time of need, let me tell you.
But I think it's something that's super important, and it's also good to inform your kids, like get away from the windows during a tornado. Find yourself under a table or something that can support.
Yeah, go to a room without windows. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
A lot of very important stuff. There's many different things like earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, winter storms, even, as that may be the most prevalent here in the Midwest, as you definitely want to be prepared for those different kinds of situations.
Absolutely. I am very grateful for the fact that my dad always had 2 generators on our house. And so in my hometown, we lost power, honestly, quite a bit. Probably twice to 3 times a year we would lose power.
Yeah.
And so having that backup generator was such a lifesaver. As our community, it would take days to get our power back on sometimes. And so we were very, very grateful to have my father who planned ahead and able to make sure that we were able to keep on moving forward.
We do have a winner here we need to highlight, though, as Lisa over at the Pickled Loon Saloon Grand Rapids is taking home a $71.90 Musco prize. Congratulations to you, Lisa, in this awesome game number 5. As we now get enrolled into this game number 6, that $321 minor prize will be clicking up in ball count from 60 to now 62 balls or less. At 62 balls or less, it's going to be an intense race to try and take home that awesome prize, as that cash will also be growing as we get enrolled into this upcoming game. Should be a lot of fun as we get on after it, as we have 2 minutes to get enrolled into this game. $420 and still growing. Should be a great time.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you are getting enrolled in this next round. And we're going to jump into our next national day, National Military Brats Day. And on April 30th, National Military Brats Day, during the month of the military child, honors the children of military personnel.
Absolutely, as it is a vastly different growing
Lifestyle.
up than
Typical.
your typical raise, as many people share the same classmates from K-12 all the way till graduation, or only switch it maybe once or twice, as those kids often go to 4, 6 to even 10 or 12 different schools. They seldomly stay in the same place for more than a year or two, and many of those childhood homes were on military installations where they can't even go back to unless they join the service as adults. Those significant sites like Military Brats Registry, Operation Footlocker, American Overseas Schools, Historical Society, and others, brats are finding lost friends. They are sharing stories and experiences. Brats are also organizing around causes important to them. Definitely an awesome one on today is definitely we like to see the social media being able to bring a lot of these kids together, being able to connect with kids that may have been lost in previous generations, where you would have moved away and you may have never heard from that childhood friend ever again. And so we're glad to live in a day and age where we can stay connected with those friends, as it's super important to be able to just have those friends that you've made throughout the years.
Absolutely. My mom was not necessarily a military brat, but her father, my grandpa, was active in the Navy for a large portion of her life, and he was also a full-time teacher, and so he would make it work out for the fact that he could go and be active on duty for about 4 months of the year only, and that would be during the summer months. And so he would stay living in Michigan with my family, and then during the summertime, if not the whole time, they would go down with him and stay in Norfolk, Virginia, near the naval base where he was stationed during those months. And so she kind of got to live in 2 different places throughout the years, and she was very lucky for the fact that she did not have to just move constantly all over the place, as my grandpa was a little bit higher up in the Navy, and so he was stationed in one spot, and she ended up having a great group of people that she grew up knowing in Virginia Beach, in that area. And honestly, she has nothing but great stories about all the times that she got to stay down there while my grandpa was active.
Oh, absolutely. I get mistaken for a military brat all the time because I've lived in...
You've lived the life of a military brat.
Because I barely stayed anywhere for more than 2 years. I moved all over the states. I went to, I think we counted up, and it was 8 different schools throughout my growing up. And
pre-K through 12.
Yeah, so I definitely had my own experience like that. Not quite the same, as I still can visit my childhood homes and go see where I used to live and stuff like that. But it's definitely a interesting lifestyle that brings you a lot of different friends from all across the nation. I like the fact that I've lived everywhere, and I've went to a bunch of different schools, because I can very easily say that I have friends all across the nation, which is something that not everybody can say.
Absolutely. I mean, looking on the bigger picture, the grass is always greener, and so I'm sure military brats themselves don't constantly love the lifestyle that they had to grow up living. But as a kid and myself, I constantly wanted to be in that situation where I was just moving different schools and being the new kid over and over again. I don't know why I had started romanticizing the idea of it from like such a young age, but I was constantly asking to move new places.
Yeah. We do have Yags 370 over the Riverboat Depot taking home our prize, $447.26. Congratulations to you, Yags 370, longtime Pilot Games player out there taking home a nice win here. Congratulations to you, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. In this next matchup, that minor prize is reverting back to 52 balls or less, as it will not be available in this upcoming game, because that major prize at 52 balls or less will be available. But we will also have a double Musco prize available in this game that was already at $100, and you guys will just continue to grow it as you get enrolled into this upcoming action. We'll have to make sure we get enrolled into this next game, so we'll be back in just a second.
That's a bonus! Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And we are back trying to give out some of these great prizes. Like I mentioned, double Musco prize in this upcoming game. But happy National Military Brats Day. Definitely a great one to highlight. And if anybody out there is a military brat that's playing some Pilot Games action, we shoot some luck out to you guys as you get through these games.
Next up, we want to talk about National Sarcoidosis Day. National Sarcoidosis Day on April 30th annually raises awareness about a non-contagious immune system disease. While most commonly found in the lungs, sarcoidosis is an inflammatory disease that can affect any part of the body inside or out.
Definitely an important one to highlight, and anybody who's struggling with this disease, we also shoot you out some luck as you get through these games as we highlight this disease on today. Moving on to our next national day, it's National Raisin Day. Recognize another food holiday on National Raisin Day as the tiny sun-dried grapes. While sunlight dries most grapes naturally in vineyards, some are mechanically dehydrated. I am a big fan of the good old raisin.
I am not.
Yeah, I used to always get the little red boxes with the vineyard girl on the cover. It was always a great time.
No.
I used to ask my mom for the giant like cans that were like, really huge, and I would just sit down on my couch and just scoop and just eat them like whole. They're some of my favorite parts of trail mix.
I was the kid that like made the joke that they were like little old people and I couldn't eat them.
Yeah, no, I loved them, and
I like them in trail mix, and I like them on ants on a log. That's about where I like raisins in things.
Yeah, well, they're good for your digestive tract.
Yeah, they're kind of like prunes that way.
Yeah, they definitely are. I was always a huge fan of them. I thought they were really, really tasty. They were nice and sweet too, and so they were always super good.
Yeah, not a fan. I can't even say that I like oatmeal raisin cookies or
I don't like oatmeal
rum
raisin cookies.
But like bread pudding or anything like that. I can't even say I enjoyed in that sense.
I really don't like raisins in like any of my desserts. That it really can ruin a dessert.
Mm-hmm.
But I like just plain raisins. Like those are
In
really
a trail
good.
mix, I gotta say I love raisins in trail mix.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a trail mix without raisins, in my opinion. I think you need at least some raisin action in there.
Well, whether you like them in your cookies or if you like them in your trail mix or you just want a fistful of raisins, today is the day to celebrate it on National Raisin Day.
Absolutely. As we continue to work through this game, it does look like that double Musco prize is sitting pretty good at $156.40. Should be a lot of fun as we try and either give out that double Musco or maybe that major or mega prize in these games. But as you guys are working through these games, we would like to highlight our next national day, National Oatmeal Cookie Day. Oatmeal Cookie Day on April 30th each year recognizes a delicious and nutritious cookie. This day is also often recognized on March 18th in conjunction with National Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Oh, and I think the Lacy Oatmeal Cookie Day the one that has the icing on top?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, definitely a good one. I like a lot of different oatmeal cookies.
I agree, other than raisin.
Yeah, no, that's...
I honestly, the like chocolate chip oatmeal cookie is maybe my favorite cookie of all time.
Oh, it's super good. There's
maybe the monster cookie that has oatmeal in it.
Oh, monster cookies are pretty good.
Delicious.
Those are really, really good. They're definitely an awesome one to highlight on today, as there's so many different oatmeal cookies that you can enjoy, different types of oatmeal cookies. Throw some different nuts in there as well. You can have a different kind of enjoyment there. Definitely a delicious one on today. No bakes. Those have oatmeal in them, don't they? Great stuff there.
It's majority oats.
Yeah. Well, we do have a winner here as we got Robin and Funk splitting up that Musco prize of $156 as Robin is playing over at Murs Cedar Chest and Funk is over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. As we now get enrolled into this next matchup, a game number 8 of Game Day Bingo. With that minor prize now growing once again, clicking up in ball count from 52 to 54 balls or less as we continue to have a lot of fun in these games of Game Day Bingo.
Absolutely, and we're going to make sure that we're getting enrolled.
Hello, guys, and we are back for some more of this great action. Just 1 minute and 50 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. Should be a lot of fun as we continue to compete through these games. And as you guys are competing through these games, we are highlighting Oatmeal Cookie Day and all the deliciousness that comes with oatmeal mixed with a great dessert cookie.
Absolutely. What is your favorite version of the oatmeal cookie?
I would probably say if you're talking about just like any cookie with oatmeal in it, I would say the Note Bake cookies are my favorite, as those are ones that are just, I've had the most. I can eat probably 4 to 5 of them in a sitting. It's so easy to just mow down on a No Bake cookies. So those would probably be my favorite, but maybe like a peanut butter No Bake would be also up there. I really enjoy those as well.
Most no bakes have peanut butter in it.
Well, I like the peanut butter, extra peanut butter. I'm talking about the blondie version of a no bake.
I can't say that I've ever had that. That sounds delicious. I'll go with the classic monster cookie. You really can't go wrong. But anyway you spin it, make sure you guys are celebrating National Oatmeal Cookie Day.
Yeah, next up is National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. Hairstylist Appreciation Day honors each hairstylist everywhere who make artful hairstyles possible. A talented hairstylist will not only make you look good, but also feel good. This day also celebrates the uniqueness of all hairstyles, all styles of hair.
Absolutely. This is a great one and a super important one, as a lot of people out there dedicate a lot of their confidence to what happens when they go and see that hairstylist. And that is their job, to make sure that you walk out feeling even better than when you did walking in. And it's a super fun one, as I know a lot of great people that are working hairstylists, and I have a lot of faith and trust in them when I go.
Oh, absolutely. You just visited a new hairstylist, which I knew you were really worried about, but it ended up turning out pretty good, as she actually specialized in the type of hair that you did.
Yes.
And you were even worried that she wasn't going to be a nice girl because she didn't answer any of your DMs, but then she turned out to be a sweetheart.
Yeah. It was a little nerve-wracking, as I'm just someone who gets a little worried about things here and there. And she was just someone I found off of social media, but it ended up being a great day and an even better salon that I found. I definitely plan to go back in the future.
Absolutely. Well, in addition of cutting hair, cosmetology schools teach students about skin, fingernails, toenails, and anatomy and bone structure of the head, so that they can give you that perfect hairstyle.
Absolutely. Professional hairstylists are taught to hold their shears with their thumb and ring finger in the holes instead of the thumb and middle, as most people do.
Ah, very interesting.
I use my pointer finger.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know that most people use their ring finger.
No, most people apparently use their middle.
Use their middle finger. Yeah, I guess
I put like both of my.
Yeah, I guess I'm not using the hair scissors, because hair
Shears.
scissors are just like two. They're not meant for like a full hand inside the scissor.
I'm seeing how. I guess I do use my middle finger.
I definitely use my pointer.
And just the two circle one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my hand's not large enough for that.
Yeah, I definitely do it that way. Teachers at cosmetology schools generally must have high school diplomas, experience working in a salon, participating in a teaching training program, and state cosmetology license from any of the 50 U.S. states. Yeah, I've gotten my hair cut quite a few times at different cosmetology schools. I've gotten butchered a few times, and I've gotten some gray haircuts a few times. It definitely is an interesting one. But I never liked having the student getting yelled at while they were cutting my hair.
It gets worse if that happens.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be horrible.
It gets worse if that happens.
We do have a winner we need to highlight, though.
That's right, as Brother Nate over at Plum's Neighborhood Bar and Eatery is taking home $45 in this great round. Congratulations out to Brother Nate. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in this next round.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there, as we now have that minor prize click up from 54 to now 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get on after it in this game, as we are just 2 minutes to get enrolled into this upcoming action. As we get enrolled, we'll talk a little bit more about hair stylist before we move on to I think this was our last National Day.
Yes, it was. If you guys didn't know, cosmetology is a term that is derived from the Greek word for cosmetics, but encompasses hairstyling and nail technology as well.
Very cool. Early Homo sapiens used sharpened flints, bones, or oyster shells to cut hair.
Yeah, and we in fact actually have archaeologists who have found that hair cutting and styling have been practiced by humans since as early as the Ice Age.
That is crazy. Well, happy National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. If we got any hairstylists out there, shout out to you guys. We shoot you out some luck as you get on after these awesome bingo games, as we definitely appreciate you guys keeping our hair all right.
Absolutely. It's a great national day. Happy National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. As you guys have just about a minute to get enrolled in this next game, we're going to talk a little bit about our Twins, as Max Kepler had a tie-breaking RBI single in the ninth inning, and the Minnesota Twins beat the Chicago White Sox 3-2 on Monday night for their 8th straight win. Ooh. Heck yeah. We had Byron Buxton doubled to lead off the ninth against John Brebbia. Kepler, who entered the game as a pitch hitter in the sixth, then drove him in with a line drive single to the right. You gotta be able to win tight games, Buxton said, but there's gonna be some days where you're winning blowouts, but to be able to battle like we did today against tough pitching and put some at-bats together to win today is big.
Definitely an awesome one there. I mean, 8 straight victories for our Twins.
Oh,
as
yeah.
we were,
I almost cussed on air when I said.
Yeah, great.
Got excited.
It definitely is. It's an awesome feeling as we got to 15-13 with that win. It was really getting me down in the dumps for a while, as we were it was like 8-11 record-wise, 9-13 record-wise, and then we've just went on a sprint of really, really good wins as of recently, which has been a great thing to watch. And now we hope to continue in these wins. Hopefully, we can, push this win total into double digits, as we have, I think, 2 more games with the White Sox, as we just got our win against the White Sox, and we got another game happening today as we take them on. We will be at the White Sox, taking them on at 6:40 p.m.
Absolutely, and you know what time that is? Right when MegaSota game night gets kicked off. It's almost like it was planned. Guys, come on out at 6:40 to try your hand at our awesome specialty night and show your support for our Twins. If you want to show your support for our Twins before that time, you guys can actually do so at any time. We've teamed up with them for the great E-Tab game, Twins Win. You guys can check it out wherever you play Pilot games, and even check out that Home Run Derby bonus round, where if you pick a lucky batter, you could end up taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
Absolutely. Definitely some great stuff there. Do you have any players out there that you would trust in a home run derby bonus round? Any names that just say they could hit a home run?
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to say Jackie Robinson, because today in my mock trial team, we had a character named Nurse Taylor Robinson, and both of the opposing attorneys both said Jackie Robinson on the stand today while we were in class. And so, shout out Jackie Robinson.
That works as well.
Yes. How about you?
I would choose, shout out Yags370. He
Ooh,
looks
our
like
players.
Yeah, that's what I meant by player names.
I thought you were talking about baseball players.
No, I'm talking about players out there playing.
Then I got hotness getting me a home run. That's for sure.
Well, shout out to you guys getting after it out there. I was like, yeah, Jackie Robinson, great. Not what I meant. Well, he would probably beat all of our players out there, as he's a professional, one of the best baseball players of all time.
Yeah.
So I guess you win. We got $47.80 going out to Dakota. 3253 over at the Lefties Bar and Grill Staples. Great job taking home that Musco prize in this fantastic matchup of Game Day Bingo. As we now get enrolled into this next game, which will be our 10th matchup of Game Day Bingo, with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to now 58 balls or less.
Absolutely. Some really exciting stuff, so make sure you guys continue to get enrolled. We also are super excited about our Game Day Bingo standings that you guys are actually competing for right now. Jumping into those player standings, in 10th place, we have none other than Sydney. Sydney plays at Maynards of Excelsior and currently sits with 76,000 points. 79,000 points for 9th place, Viddy over at the Municipal Liquor Store, Akeley. While with 80,000 points in 8th place, it is none other than Snowflake playing over at Eagles Rochester. Ahead of them in 7th place, we have, with 84,000, Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge. And we still have a tie going on in 5th place. That's right, both Rock Rider at the Incline Station Bowling Center and Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill both currently sit with 86,000 points.
Shocked that we haven't seen that break up yet.
Honestly. Ahead of them, though, in 4th place with 88,000 points, we've got Brother Nate over at Casper's Cherokee Sirloin. Ahead of them, with 90,000 points, in 3rd place, it is Ben W. playing at the L&M Bar. 2nd place is Cheese over at the Beartown Lounge, who currently sits with 102,000 points. While in 1st place, no one is surprised here, as Call Me Jen over at JR Mac is just dominating with 258,000 points on the season.
Congratulations to JR Mac winning so many great games of Game Day Bingo, as we also got some great locations that are an awesome time to play Game Day Bingo at. Before I get into that, we do just have 50 seconds to get after in this game. $263 on the minor prize now at 58 balls or less. Did not miss out. But on to our great location standings. 134,000 points for 10th place, Riverboat Depot. As the Municipal Liquor Store, Akeley, sits in 9th with 151,000 points. With 152,000 points in 8th place, we have Casper's Cherokee Sirloin. Very close race between them and the Municipal Liquor Store. Moe's sits in 7th with 164,000 points, as Maynard's of Excelsior sits in 6th with 172,000 points. With 189,000 points in 5th place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park, as the Medford Liquor Store sits in 4th with 194,000 points. With 235,000 points, getting pushed out of a two-way tie in 2nd place, now in 3rd, we have the L&M Bar, as Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards takes sole possession of that 2nd place spot with 237,000 points. But the only location in the 300,000 point club is JR Mac, as they sit with 392,000 points.
Really incredible stuff for JR Mac, our 1st place location, and Call Me Jen, our 1st place player. Great job to both of them and everybody else out there trying to take home some of these great Game Day Bingo prizes. Make sure you guys stick around, as there are plenty of opportunities throughout each and every day for you guys to try your hand at Game Day Bingo and try and get into those standings as well.
But if you guys aren't playing this Game Day Bingo, check out our e-tabs. We have over 70 different Charitable e-tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games feature low bets ranging from 50 cents to $5 and also include exciting bonus and free play rounds. Jordy, let them know what is your lucky e-tab of today.
Oh, my lucky e-tab, and the one that you guys definitely need to be going and checking out is a little rock and gold action.
Ooh.
It's definitely a fun one. One of my favorite themes that we've come out with here at Pilot Games. It's been out for a while now, but it is tried and true and definitely a fan favorite. Go and check out Rock and Gold wherever you play Pilot Games.
Absolutely great stuff. I'll also highlight 2 other e-tab games that have gold in the name, Mega Gold, as well as Go for Gold. There is a lot of great e-tab games that involve gold in the title, so maybe check out Rock and Gold, Mega Gold, or Go for Gold on today. It's definitely a fun little trio right there.
Absolutely, it is definitely a great one, and let us know which one is your favorite. We would love to hear some feedback on those great e-tab games that are always available to you lucky Pilot players. And if there's not a theme out there that you want to see, let us know if you have any suggestions, as we love coming up with brand new e-tab games that you guys want to see.
Absolutely. Well, in this game right here, we do see a nice jackpot prize going out. It's $263. Went out to Fast Eddie over at Eagles Watana. Great job to you, Fast Eddie. Just 3 balls away from taking home that major prize, but not too shabby taking home that minor jackpot in this lovely game number 10 of Game Day Bingo. As we now get enrolled into a game number 11. With that minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less, we will have a fantastic double Musco prize in this upcoming game. Do not miss out on that great upcoming game, as we'll be back in just a second. And we we are back trying to give out these fantastic prizes as we got a double Musco in this upcoming game. And as you guys get enrolled into this upcoming game, we got some music history we'd like to highlight.
That's right, because on today in 1983, Michael Jackson's Fight is Funky and Strong, as Beat It hits #1 in America for the first of 3 weeks.
Definitely a great addition into that awesome Thriller soundtrack, as actually the producer had asked Michael Jackson that he would love to see a rock song be added into that list, and Michael Jackson thought, well, how am I going to make a rock song that I would personally buy? And that was the creation of Beat It, as he wanted to make it fun for young adults as well as kids alike to find this really upbeat song.
Absolutely. It's definitely a super fun one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs for sure, and it's one that I find myself singing probably more so than the others.
Oh, absolutely. I probably sing it more than I listen to it, as it's
Yes,
just,
no, 110%. It's kind of like Fat Bottom Girls, or like, like I definitely sing it a lot more than I actually listen to it.
Oh, absolutely. I tend to, out of all the Michael Jackson songs, ABC is probably the one that I just randomly catch myself singing the most.
That's definitely such a fun one.
Yeah, I love that one. I love the Jackson 5 era of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Just was a really entertaining era for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely a fun one. Is that your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Ooh, I don't know what would be my favorite Michael Jackson song.
Mine's Man in the Mirror.
Man in the Mirror is good, but I don't think it's my favorite by any means. Gosh, it's so hard to say which one's my favorite. I'll probably go with ABC, as I definitely would lean towards the Jackson 5. But I really don't know what other ones I would. There's definitely other ones that I would choose as well.
Absolutely, as he has so many iconic works, and it's definitely not to say that Man in the Mirror is like my only favorite of Michael Jackson.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
definitely
There's
more
also
so there,
like
but
eras of ones that I like at different times and for different reasons that I would listen to in different scenarios as well. So like I always will think about ABC, as that was a super popular one for me and my siblings to play in Rock Band, I think it was, where it was the Guitar Hero, the drum set, and the mic, and I think that was what we'd do it a lot in. It was either that or Just Dance. I can't remember which one it was, but we used to do that as a group and as siblings all the time.
super fun.
Yeah, but definitely a good one here. Beat It, hitting #1. Michael Jackson's first number. No, it hit #1 for the first of 3 weeks on today in 1983.
Absolutely. Well, just 5 years after, in 1988, after hanging on at a number 198th the week prior, Pink Floyd's album Dark Side of the Moon drops out of the Billboard albums chart for the first time in 11 years.
Wow.
The band is still on the chart, though, this time with a momentary lapse of reason, sitting at 62.
Definitely some interesting stuff there. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon, one of the biggest albums of all time, definitely a big one. Probably, I would consider it one of, if not the most iconic album art of all time, with that pyramid with the rainbow coming out of it. I don't know many album arts that are as widespread on different t-shirts and different things than that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just graphic-wise, you're probably 100% right, as that is a very, very well-used graphic. The only other album cover that I could think of that it's as iconic, it's not even used as a graphic as much as this, but definitely the Beatles.
Yeah,
with their, what is it?
I have no
Something Lane. I can't think of it. It was just on my head, but it's fine.
Before we talk about that, we do have a Stretch over at the Howard's Bar taking home that awesome $117 great Musco prize. Congratulations to our awesome winner there, as we now get enrolled into this next game, which should be a lot of fun, as that minor prize clicks up to 54 balls or less. Major prize at $4,000, still sitting at 52 balls or less, and the 49 ball or less prize as well. Should be a lot of fun as we go to work on it.
Yeah, Abbey Road.
Yes. very, very iconic album. As that, it's one of those just album pictures that you think about when you think Beatles. You think about it. Everybody refers to it whenever they go to a crosswalk every once in a while.
I was going to say, I think of it almost every time I pass a crosswalk with thick white stripes.
Absolutely. Definitely very iconic
Yes.
album arts for sure. Dark Side of the Moon, definitely a very iconic one as well as got a very, very good soundtrack in there as well. So
Absolutely. And I would still very much love to watch Wizard of Oz while playing this, as apparently Dark Side of the Moon and the Wizard of Oz are supposed to sync up perfectly with the lion roaring is when you're supposed to start the album. So if you guys want to check that out tonight, it's a super fun one to do.
definitely some cool stuff. Listen to some Dark Side of the Moon on today. As we move on from our music days in history, we'll be now getting enrolled into this upcoming game. As we'd like to remind you that tonight is a PGL specialty night. And if you plan on coming out for this PGL specialty night, sign up at pgl.world to become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points on our awesome specialty nights, as well as get exclusive insider info, including a monthly newsletter that's packed with a ton of information you won't want to miss.
Absolutely. Signing up at pgl.world gets you primed and ready for our specialty nights when you guys get to go after great jackpot prizes, but PGL points as well to compete against each other in PGL standings. And for Season 15 currently, we kick it off in 10th place with none other than Bryzo. Playing over at the Underground Bar and Grill, they currently sit with 938,505 points. Ninth place is Nelly over at Brian's Bar and Grill, as they have 960,405 points. Eighth place is Mad Dog over at Boudreaux's Bar 2 with 990,174 points. With 1,175,555 points in seventh place, we have Drumski over at the Underground Bar and Grill. Sixth place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill. They currently sit with 1,225,160 points. 1,279,000 points for fifth place, Dilly Bars, playing over at JJ's Bowl and Lounge. Ahead of them, we have Rakuda sitting in that fourth place spot over at the Devo Sandbar. They currently sit with 1,283,284 points, while with 1,372,955 points in third place, we have none other than Cal Peace over at Maynard's Restaurant Rogers. Ahead of them in second, we have J Lav over at the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl. They currently sit with 1,674,195 points, while in first place it is none other than Joe M over at the Sam Bar 2. They currently sit with 1,848,195 points.
Well, great job to all of those players that have earned so many points while playing through those amazing matchups of PGL action. Don't forget tonight, like I said, PGL matchups coming to you guys live at 6:40. But onto the location side of these standings. These are awesome locations to play some of those PGL games. Starting off in 10th place with the Stanchion Bar and Hamel with 1,278,210 points. Ninth place is American Legion Rice with 1,318,210 points. With 1,384,120 points in eighth place, we got Maynard's Restaurant Rogers. As our seventh place location is the Super Bowl in Ramsey with 1,488,040 points. With 1,634,064 points in sixth place, we got the Riverside Store and Tavern in Litchfield. As fifth place is the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl St. Francis with 1,798,540 points. With 1,848,195 points in fourth place, we got the Sandbar 2 in Detroit Lake. As third place is JJ's Bowl and Lounge in North Branch with 1,932,110 points. Second place is the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato with 2,114,060 points as our number one location. Home to our great player Rakuda is in first place is Devo Sandbar and Gilbert with 2,192,289 points.
We do have Kreger's over at Brian's Bar and TSF over at the B&L Bar, both splitting up $55 on this great must-go prize. Congratulations to our winners here in this great round of Game Day Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to keep getting enrolled.
Absolutely. As you guys keep on getting enrolled, these prizes continue to grow, as that miner's now at 56 balls or less, sitting at $188. That major prize at $4,827. 52 balls or less, and the mega jackpot of $42,743 at 49 balls or less. As you guys are working through this game, we would like to highlight that we have an awesome partnership with the Minnesota Wild, as we've been able to cover a great season coming into a very important offseason where we hope that we can make those few adjustments to be able to get ourselves into the Stanley Cup playoffs, which we just barely missed out on this past season. And well, if you guys want to send some luck out to our Wild as they get after it this offseason, play one of our favorite E-Tab games, Let's Go Wild. Check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can score yourself one of those fantastic jackpot prizes.
Absolutely. It's definitely a lot of fun. Go and check it out and show your support. Well, it's been a while, but guess what, guys? We have a fishing report. That's right. This was done about Lake of the Woods, updated by Low Tourism just on April 25th. Well, there's still a lot of ice on the south end of Lake of the Woods, but over the lake's main basin, it is definitely deteriorating. As late as last week, there are still some anglers ice fishing, catching some northern pike with tip-ups, but at that time, pre-spawn territory over 8 to 14 feet of water, located adjacent to the shallow spawning areas, was the key to catching them. Now that the ice fishing season is over, northern pike enthusiasts can relocate fish in the connected bays and feeder creeks where pike have mostly already spawned. Because the northern pike season is open all year long on the Lake of the Woods, locating post-spawn pike now offers an excellent opportunity. Catching them involves fishing many of the same areas that ice anglers focused on a week ago. Intercept post-spawn fish on the main lake break lines adjacent to those shallow water spawning creeks and shallow bays. Anchor or spot lock your boat in 8 to 14 feet of water and use live suckers or dead bait such as smelt or herring suspended below large floats to catch those pike.
Definitely some important stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And as the waters warms, pike will recover from spawning and become more aggressive. Then casting spoons, jerkbait, and large soft plastic swim baits will begin producing more fish. The possession limit for Lake of the Woods pike is 3 fish and allow 1 fish over 40 inches. All northern pike from 30 to 39.99 inches must be immediately released. An angler may not possess more than the legal possession limit and may not possess more than 1 pike over 40 inches. The walleye season ended last Sunday with an absolutely incredible week of walleye fishing. Walleye anglers, as a rule, caught good numbers of fish and lots of big fish. This spring was one for the books. Multiple reports from folks who caught dozens, if not hundreds, of fish, while both the ice fishing and spring fishing on the Rainy River are being so good. Many are looking forward to the Minnesota fishing opener on Saturday, May 11th, 2024, and it should be epic.
That's right, we're just a week and a half away. Should be some really exciting stuff. Well, if you guys are out there playing pilot games, we also have a great reminder for you guys. If you end up taking home a giant jackpot, or you're really just having fun while playing pilot games, it can be our eTab games or live bingo. We would love for you guys to snap a player picture of it and send it to us. You guys can share those player pictures onto our Facebook page, onto any of your own social medias using the hashtag pilotgames, or you can even share them directly with us by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Yeah, we can't wait to see all the fun moments you guys capture. As we have moved past all of our jackpot prizes in this game, working on a must-go prize of $58.90. As our winner of that $58 $90 prize is Dakota 3253 over at Lefty's Bar and Grill. Congratulations to you in this awesome matchup of Game Day Bingo as you now get after it in this next game of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize clicking up from 56 now to 58 balls or less.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you continue to get enrolled. You'll definitely want to be a part of all the great Game Day Bingo action we have. We also have some stuff to talk about with our Vikings as we just saw. How much of the draft has happened?
All the draft.
Of it?
Yeah,
It's done?
it's completely done.
All right.
And so we'll talk about some of those selections in a second. But even bigger news, the Vikings has exercised the fifth-year option out of rookie left tackle Christian Darrisaw, the team announced on Monday. The number 23 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft has developed into one of the better offensive tackles in the NFL. So this was a no-brainer for Minnesota's front office. Because Darrisaw hasn't made a Pro Bowl, the fifth-year salary will be around $16 million, and he become eligible for an extension this offseason. But history suggests that we will be deep in negotiations next year, and hopefully get that great left tackle solidified in this organization for the long term. We do have to take a quick break, but we'll be back in just a second to give out more great prizes. Hello guys, and we are back getting after it in these awesome games of Game Day Bingo. Just 1 minute to get enrolled into this next game with $301 available on that minor prize at 58 balls or less. As we are getting after it, though, we would like to highlight the Vikings draft as we were able to select some really fun players. I know that a few of them that even Jordy was excited by in the selection. As let's talk about all those great pickups from that draft.
Absolutely. We definitely want to highlight some of those great picks. Just like how we've picked up in the first round, pick number 10 was actually J.J. McCarthy coming out of Michigan.
Yeah, I like that selection. It was the fifth quarterback off the board, and I think that we got him at a great value at number 10. Only had to move up one selection to try and get him, as a lot of people were projecting we would have to move up to the fourth or fifth spot in the draft. This is definitely a great value for our Vikings, as a lot of people thought he was going to go earlier, and so I'm happy. J.J. McCarthy, a lot of potential there, and I think we'll be able to prove a lot of fans wrong, as he just didn't get a lot of opportunities to show off all the talent that he has behind that arm.
Absolutely. Well, also in the first round, but pick number 17, we got offensive linebacker Dallas Turner.
Outside linebacker.
Well, I tried.
Dallas Turner, you did try. But he's a great edge rusher out of Alabama. I mean, if you want to get an edge rusher, go to Alabama to select that guy. We saw Will Anderson go really, really well last year, playing a great outside linebacker for the Houston Texans just last year, and was Defensive Rookie of the Year. So Dallas Turner, I think, is going to be a really good player for us as well, and he's going to fit fantastically in that Brian Flores system. Another guy that will fit fantastically in the Brian Flores system is Kyrie Jackson, the fourth-round pick. He's a lengthy cornerback that has really long arms, great speed, and I think can play some really good snaps for our Vikings as long as he gets to develop.
Absolutely. Well, in the sixth round, we picked up two different people as we picked up Walker Rouse.
Yeah, Walter Rouse.
Rouse.
Tackle out of Oklahoma. Not a bad selection, as well as kicker Will Reichard out of Alabama. I think both those guys be interesting to see what they end up doing. We also got offensive lineman Miguel Jurgens, Michael Jurgens, O-lineman out of Wake Forest, and then the defensive lineman Levi Drake Rodriguez, Texas A&M University, and was picked in the 7th round. A lot of, those late round selections is still to be seen, but, some great upside picks there that are, selecting some of those guys to be able to build around J.J. McCarthy for sure.
Absolutely, and we're super excited to see what our Vikings are going to make of these pickups. And so if you guys want to show your support for them, go and check out the great eTab game that we've teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You guys can even choose a lucky letter in the Skull bonus round to try and take home some huge prizes.
Absolutely. Speaking of big prizes, we got $80.90 getting split up between a few different players, as we got Becker over at the Upper Deck Sports Bar, KMC over at Carboni's, as well as T-Dog over the Riverboat Depot, and M1H over at Steve O's. Congratulations to all of our winners, splitting up $80.90 in this fantastic game of Game Day Bingo. As we now get enrolled into this 15th matchup of Game Day Bingo, with that minor prize now clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Fingers crossed we can finally give it out at 60 balls or less, as it's already over $300 and will continue to grow into this upcoming game. Let's see what it's at right now. Well, it's not going to let us see what it's at right now, as we got to get over and enrolled into this matchup. And we are here trying to give out this great prize, $425, and only growing as you guys are getting enrolled over the next minute and 30 seconds. Should be a lot of fun. That major prize now over $5,000. If it doesn't go out in this game, it's clicking up from 52 to 53 balls or less. We're going to have a lot of fun in these upcoming games of Game Day Bingo in this game number 15. But as we are celebrating this game number 15 of Game Day Bingo, we would like to talk about our Game Day Bingo standings, which have been so competitive. Starting off in the player side of our standings, we got in 10th place Sydney over at Maynard's of Excelsior with 76,000 points. With 79,000 points in 9th place, we have Viddy at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley. As Snowflake at Eagles Rochester sits in 8th with 80,000 points. As Mike at the Sherwood Lounge sits in 7th with 84,000 points. Now we head into a two-way tie, as these players have been going at it for a while now, and that's Rock Rider at the Incline Station Bowling Center and Brizo at the Underground Bar and Grill, both with 86,000 points. Now, with 88,000 points in 4th place, we have Brother Nate over at Casper's Cherokee Sirloin. 90,000 points for our 3rd place player.